blame, you let it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some should stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some should stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Stacking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some should stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. Gotta get myself a bag before the bull run. Gotta take some should stick it in the ballroom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ, I am the team lead here, and this is our live AMA, coming at you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. I am joined by my co-host with the most, and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you today?
Hey guys, doing good.
Awesome. We have another jam-packed episode today with some breaking news that came out right before the AMA where Ripple, or XRP, wins their case against the SEC, which is amazing. We're going to talk all about that in a minute here. Want to get through some other updates, so definitely stick around for the whole AMA today. It will be a great one. So before we do get started, though, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page channel. We are, again, growing every week, slowly but surely, but that engagement helps us, and all the ad revenue is used to help support the EMP ecosystem. So, all right, awesome. With that being said, let's jump right in. Again, some updates, and then the XRP ruling and what that means for crypto as a whole, as well as EMP. So, all right, L1DEX. A lot of you have wanted to be kept up to date with the DEX. We just finished the first draft of the white paper, literally on Wednesday. LA and I spent 3 hours really doing a deep dive on all the documents that we already have, putting it all together in a nice package. And now, again, later this week and over the weekend, we'll finish the pitch deck and the website. That's Jake from L1X. I'm sorry, from DEX Finance. He's working on both of those, while LA and I are tag teaming the white paper. But LA, we made some major headway. I know it was a little bit tedious, but I got really excited going through all the bullish, features of the DEX.
Yeah, and final draft that we finished looks really good when it all came together. So very excited about that for sure.
Yes, 100%. And we still have our bi-weekly meetings with the L1X team as well. So we'll be going over some other DEX related info tomorrow, actually. It's either Thursdays or Fridays. This week it's a Friday. So that'll be tomorrow morning, our time. And so we'll have more updates for everybody next week on the Monday AMA. But that's really all there is with the DEX. But with L1X itself, we are excited to drop a little bit of alpha for everybody. I think that we have confirmed we will be hosting the public sale, just like we did with the pre-sale for the next round of L1X. So again, we had to kind of get our ducks in a row with that. We will be releasing more info as that happens. You will still be able to whitelist and get in a little bit earlier than we will be able to offer for going through L1X directly. But if you're on the list of countries that are not supported, your only option will be through us again. So again, take that information and do with it what you will. But we'll be coordinating that with L1X directly, and we'll have the page set up. It'll be a new pre-sale page because the original link was flagged as phishing through MetaMask, and we don't want to repeat that. So it'll be a whole new link, but hopefully we'll avoid any unjustified classifications from people that just want to FUD for no reason. But yeah, LA, anything you want to add to either of those updates with L1X or L1DEX?
Yeah, I know all of you were waiting for that info, and we finally solidified it on Tuesday's call. So we're really excited to finally be able to share that with you and 100% say that, yes, we're going to be doing the public sale. So I know you're all probably excited to hear that, because I know a lot of you want to get your hands on some more L1X
100%.
before the launch. So we're happy to be able to do that again, and we'll be sharing the info with you as it comes prior to the public sale going live.
Yep, awesome. So yeah, and again, there's a few more secrets. Again, we're famous for our secrets at EMP in regards to L1X and Fusion as well. But we'll get to that when the time is right. But for right now, just like LA said, for those of you that either missed out on the private sale, or maybe you already got in the private sale, but you're too bullish on L1X that you want to buy some more. I know I'll be topping off my own bags personally. So yeah, we'll have all the info for that, and it will be a time frame. But this next round is a lot higher raise, a hard cap. So all of you should have plenty of time to contribute and get involved if you want to. So all right, awesome. All right, let's move on to the next bit of info here. The Pulse Chain project. So yeah, we're still again, unfortunately, not ready to go yet. Every day is a little bit closer, but the secret Pulse Chain project will be out ASAP. Just tying up loose ends. Again, we don't ever want to launch something that isn't 100% ready, and that is, in terms of security as well. So we have to do a lot of testing, especially with what this project will be. There are some features that need to be thoroughly tested before we go live. But this is really exciting. Not only another earning potential for all of you that have EMP and eShare until we're ready for Fusion, but also could expose a large part of the Pulse ecosystem to EMP. So not only is it a financial play for us, but it's also a marketing play as well. So LA, I know you've been ramping up the socials as well. Again, this will be under the Impulse umbrella. So you want to drop those links real quick and tell people to follow us? Go ahead. Yeah.
I will, for sure. Make sure you're following all the Impulse socials, because that's where we're going to be posting. Obviously, there's not too much we can post on there just yet because everything's still a secret. But the minute it's not a secret, we're going to be posting a bunch there to let everybody know what's going on. So you're going to want to make sure to be following those. I'll go ahead and post those in the chat right now.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's kind of pretty much it for that.
Okay, yeah, totally. And we will be, again, as soon as we have it ready, we'll be blasting the socials. We'll be doing a whole round of marketing, specifically related to Pulse Chain communities. And again, the socials will have a lot more info as we continue to grow. So, all right, another update is Speakeasy. We had Kirk from Speakeasy on the Monday AMA. He gave some great updates. They are switching up their ROI contract model. It's too much to go over again in this AMA, but please listen to the AMA on Monday if you're interested. But the long story short is the original BNB in, BNB out ROI contract has come to an end. That being said, Kirk did not sell one EMP on the open market, so that didn't negatively affect EMP at all. We were able to do an OTC deal with them, which benefited the Speakeasy participants, but also benefited EMP because it was about $50,000 worth of EMP that is now back owned by the Treasury. So it won't be again dumped on the market. And they're switching to what I think is probably a more sustainable model that utilizes their drinks token, which is their native token. So again, listen to the AMA for Monday for more info on that, and we will have Kirk and Speakeasy back before they go live with that. I think he said the 24th or the end of sometime the end of the month. So we'll have him back before then to explain. So anything else you want to add to that, LA, or did I forget to mention anything?
No, no, he'll be coming back on soon to go over it again prior to the launch, so we'll have him back shortly.
All right, awesome. We're moving right through this. Again, I wanted to get to all the XRP news. So I actually got a tweet that I thought summed this up really well. LA, are you able to read that on air, and then I can kind of do a deep dive after that?
For sure. Let me get it up.
All right, awesome.
It says the sale of XRP on exchanges is not a security, which means the sales of all cryptos on exchanges are not securities, and SEC Gov and Gary Gensler have no jurisdiction over them. This is a watershed moment that regulates the SEC to TradeFi and makes it a dinosaur regulator. Having considered the economic reality of programmatic sales, the court concludes that the undisputed record does not establish the third, what is it, Howey prong?
Yep, exactly. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Howey. Whereas the institutional buyers reasonably expected that Ripple would use the capital it received from its sales to improve the XRP ecosystem and thereby increase the price of XRP. And then it lists
for sure. So yeah,
do you want me to keep reading the whole thing?
Yeah, no, I think that was good, LA. That was the gist of it. Yeah, that first highlighted part, and then the tweet itself. So yeah, again, I know to everybody listening, and when I first read that, it's like it's a lot of legalese or legal speak. But what this means, and again, I'm no lawyer, so please don't take what I'm about to say as fact. But I have been around the space, and this is what I think it means for crypto as a whole. That what happens is in lawsuits like this, there is what's called a precedence. So this has now set a precedence in a much larger scale. The very first ruling was actually with a company called Library, and this was a competitor to YouTube. And they were a little guy in compared to XRP. And there was a ruling with them that they were not a security either. So now that we have XRP setting the second precedence, that looks really, really good for any future litigation against what may or may not be a security. And I think the major factor is as long as you don't have an ICO, an initial coin offering, I think that means that pretty much every other crypto with at least some utility does not classify as a security, and this is major, especially for EMP and other DeFi projects, is because a lot of them don't have ICOs and they are utility based, and when you're buying a token peer-to-peer from other crypto users, you don't necessarily know that your money is going to an entity, and we said this all along. If you go back and listen to every AMA from EMP, we have said this is a closed loop economy. We are not a business entity managing anybody's funds. We don't apply to any of the Howey test, which is a test that the SEC uses to, measure what a security is. You guys and gals always hear me say to never have any expectation of profit from the work of others. That is specifically a line in the Howey test. And again, this is not what crypto is. Crypto is a whole different animal, and a lot of it is done through smart contracts. All of it here at EMP is. Nobody is physically managing your funds, and there shouldn't be an expectation of profit. We as a team are just here to help move the project forward. But all of this is amazing news for what the future of crypto is. And again, I mean, are we in a bull run yet? Maybe. Maybe we see another pullback. Again, markets are always unpredictable, but this is a very historic day for what crypto will be. And I personally think, again, just to wrap this up, twofold. I think the regulation now is going to be handled through exchanges. And this is what I've said along the way as well. I think if there is any regulation that comes, it will be with on and off ramping of your crypto. So if you already have money in crypto, then you're good to go. Again, that's why we're the 1% of the 1%. We're early. We're super early. I think the future regulation could be through centralized exchanges and on and off ramps into crypto. So, and I don't think that will be through the SEC. I think that will be another government-run authority or even laws that are written, within other jurisdictions based on which state you live in, or again, I know Florida is very crypto friendly. New York is not. So there's a lot of different reasons to have, different states dictate crypto as well. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I could be totally wrong, but this is my view personally on what today means. So, LA, do you have anything you want to add to that? Or again, the markets are reacting very favorably to the news for sure.
I think it's a win for sure. I don't have a ton to add, but I mean, it's definitely positive for sure.
Awesome, no doubt. Well, and again, I'm happy to answer any questions I can, but yeah, I think Gary Gensler is putting in his resignation. Let's hope. And again, I think the SEC will stick to traditional finance, and crypto will be, a whole new animal moving forward, which again is what we said. It's going to be the next financial sector, and with that needs its own set of rules and regulations as well. So, and if you are in the U.S. or anywhere around the world, make sure that you vote for, people and companies that are supporting crypto. That's how we will maintain, friendly regulation when it finally does come down, is to have the right people representing what we want. So, again, I think that's super important as well. So, all right, cool. And by the way, if you have a question, please make sure to put it in the comments in the YouTube live chat, or you can go to our Discord and type them in our AMA channel to make sure that we get to your question. So, all right, I think we're going to move on then. LA, was there any questions specifically related to anything that we already discussed, or can we finish up and then go to Q&A?
We can do the Q&A at the end.
All right, perfect. So next up is the power-up rewards and a possible new bridge solution. So as a lot of you know, we were using multi-chain to bridge assets from the EMP ecosystem over to Ethereum mainnet to reward our power-up NFTs. Unfortunately, the multi-chain ecosystem had a catastrophic failure and was hacked. And so our developer, being the goat that he is, Jake, is just a a Solidity master, he was actually able to retrieve some of the funds that were stuck in the bridge. So I had said in a previous AMA that we may have lost about $2,000 worth of rewards, but it looks like he was able to get all of that back. So, and if you are having funds that are still stuck in multi-bridge, then definitely get in touch with us. You can either open a ticket on Discord or shoot me a DM. Again, never give your seed phrase or anybody access to your wallet, but he can also maybe help with any of you that might be affected. So we are looking at other bridging solutions. Again, the L1DEX will be our ultimate solution, but until that is out, we still need to distribute rewards. And again, there was some confusion. Your rewards are just delayed. You're not actually losing your rewards. We just have to bridge in the short term until we have it coded. So again, LA, you've been kind of spearheading the community around that. Anything you want to add to that or any other info?
Yeah, and if you find there's a day where you haven't received them yet, you will receive them. He's just having to do it manually right now while he is setting up a new long-term solution. So.
For sure. All right, awesome. Thank you for your patience. All right. There is also a new game on Discord. We talked about this on a few of the other AMAs. It is a text-based adventure game. Again, some people might be into that, some people that might not be. But this is just another use case for EMP. So eventually, we will be adding the EMP as a form of payment in that game to buy, like boosts and get you a little farther ahead. Or you can just start playing for free right now and earning the doubloon token. DBLN, I think, is the shorthand. And that is a token on the Hive blockchain, which, if you're already in Splinterlands or other Hive-based projects, you'll know about that ecosystem. You can sell that for Hive as well. So, yeah, I think people have been excited about LA. Have you heard much? I know you and I have been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to play it yet.
I'll be 100% honest. I haven't really heard anything about it, but I've been busy with you working on the DEX stuff and Fusion stuff. So.
Yeah, so if any of you have played it, I'd love to hear some feedback. We also have some new admins that are super familiar with the game that can help all of you get started as well. So check that out over on Discord. All right, awesome. All right, so we're again, this was a fast AMA today. I didn't mean to rush through it, but it sounds like we went over everything. I know Fusion, again, just to wrap it up, we really don't have any, new news or alpha to drop with Fusion. We're just continuing to drive forward. I mean, again, LA can vouch for me. The developer chat, I mean, again, we're getting hundreds of messages a day just of the devs deving, right, LA? Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so we're working through it. Again, there are some last minute additions or tweaking that again we're trying to implement if we can, but we also have to, get to a point where those can come at a later date that we just have to get Fusion out the door. So we're, again, I know I've said it multiple times, but we're as close as we've ever been, and we're almost there. So, and I know, I think Vino has his hand up. Vino has been super helpful with some of the economics as we're brainstorming on the pricing of batteries. But Vino, how are you, brother? You there?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay? I'm driving with my earpiece in.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. You sound a little bit underwater, but we can hear you good. So yeah, without dropping too much alpha, I know you've been super helpful trying to work out some battery prices and anything you want to add to that or anything else, go ahead.
Yeah, the battery prices I think right now are I think they're well priced. I think everybody could afford them. I think Cody had said that a couple of AMAs ago that if you could afford a dinner date, you could afford a battery, and that's 100% factual. But other than that, I wanted to come on and just speak a little bit about the sentiment, if you don't care too much.
Yeah, brother. The floor is yours, man. Go for it.
I wanted to hop on and say I didn't get a chance last AMA, but the what's the coin term? Night is darkest before daylight, and whenever I see the crypto markets pumping as hard as they are today, and the EMP sentiment is down from Fusion and lower prices of EMP and eShare, I think that users really shouldn't look at that as a downside, but more or less an opportunity. And like I said, the night is darkest before daylight, and Fusion, we don't have a date set or anything, but from what I've been piecing together from past AMAs and trying to work on the battery pricing and all of this other stuff, I can say that I'm getting more and more bullish on Fusion each and every day. And I'm going to be putting my EMP to work day one without hesitation. So I think that once people move past that emotional attachment to their dollar amount going down versus what the future has in store, I think the light bulb moment, I think as Bull likes to call it, will really click, and people will start aping in, and they're ready to earn. It's the middle of the bear market, so I'm right there with them, and I couldn't be more excited about our future.
Awesome, Vino. Yeah, brother. Again, man, always appreciate you jumping on, and I couldn't agree more, man. I know, the sentiment is, obviously you don't want to be in a crypto project and go down with the ship, so to speak. But we have proven day after day after day that we are just now getting started. I mean, we're building, we're in a transition phase for sure, and those that capitalize on this uncertainty I think will win the biggest. So again, not financial advice. I really don't like speaking on price performance, but I think in terms of opportunity, I could not agree more with you, Vino. And thank you for all the help that you have. Speaking of help, we have another guest speaker. I didn't even know if he'd be on today. I know it's early as hell for him right now. Let's go ahead and bring on Cody, the man himself. Cody, are you there, brother?
Hey, I'm here.
There he is, man. Awesome. I don't know if you raised your hand by accident or if you're really awake at this time. I know you're on the other side of the world, brother. So, how are things, man? Are you good?
Yeah, things are good. Things are good. I don't know. I just had a feeling to wake up bright and early, I guess, and jump on the AMA and start listening. But yeah, definitely long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
No, it's I just kind of want to echo what Vino was saying. I've been putting on the finalization of the battery structure and going through that with a couple of old OGs of EMP, and so we're kind of cracking down on that, and we're gonna be finalizing that here probably today or this weekend, and that's just another giant step forward to getting that much closer to just getting to launch, which we're all pretty excited about. So it's awesome to kind of see things come to fruition, and I'm with Vino. I'm totally getting stoked about this one, and definitely putting my EMP to work. That's for sure.
Right on, Cody. Yeah, absolutely, brother. And again, I mean, from a development standpoint, batteries are being coded and have already been tested, but adding a price tag is one of the last steps. So we're almost there. We just want to do some, future analysis and projections because, like we've said all along, We want it to be affordable. If you can afford a meal out, then you can definitely afford some batteries, and just encourage people to accumulate multiple batteries depending on their yield. So obviously we don't want to charge, $1,000 for a battery that, a minnow is only earning a couple of dollars a day. So it will be a scaling model, again, some more alpha for you. But yeah, we're excited for what that is. We're just having some of the big brains go over it, right, Cody? For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And we definitely want to make it so that it's affordable based upon your earning potential, right? So it's a sliding scale that will match similar to what you're earning. So it's not, like, to your point, it's not going to be out of reach for the minnows, and it's going to be definitely well priced for the whales. So yeah, everything in perspective, everything on scale, everything's moving forward, man. I'm sitting here halfway across the world with a grin on my face because I'm just hearing all these comments about Fusion and how excited everybody is. So it's definitely making me excited as well.
Awesome, brother. Well, good deal. I appreciate you jumping on. I'll let you get a cup of coffee or some Red Bull for being up this early. But anything else you want to add before we take some questions?
No, I'm good. I'll stick around if anybody has questions.
All right.
I'll just stay mute. I'll
Perfect.
stay on.
Yep. All right. Sounds great, brother. Yep. You and Vino, please stay on. If there's any questions, we can throw to you specifically. And yeah. All right. Awesome. LA, you want to go through the live chat first? You want to go through Discord Q&A? Let us have it. What do the people want to know?
I got one for you
Yeah.
first, and then we'll go for the YouTube. So this is one from Discord that you did partially answer on Discord, but just so that everyone can benefit from your voice answer. Just like how other contracts in the protocol will contribute towards overall ownership within Fusion, will your detonator balance also contribute towards your ownership percentage?
Yes, so I wanted to. This was a question in Discord that I thought was really appropriate to answer on an AMA, so that all of you can hear the response rather than just responding directly. And in the future, too, if anybody asks questions on Discord, make sure you put them in the AMA channel so that we can talk about it live and discuss all the different variables, because a lot of these are really complicated, and it's much easier to explain through voice than through text. Um, so yes, the plan is that there's a bunch of different aspects of this question. The plan, first and foremost, is that we want to make the DOS contracts recover and pay well enough that you don't want to sacrifice your position. And in fact, the DOS contracts, again, when I say that, I'm referring to Reactor or Detonator, or potentially any of the partnership DOSes, is that, when you claim, you're claiming directly into Fusion now. You will not be able to just claim, unpair the LP and dump. It'll go directly into Fusion. And this is bullish because not only does it kind of stop the bleeding of those contracts, but it is potentially a way to gain more ownership in Fusion through these contracts. So again, that is the first point that I want to make, is that the ultimate goal is that we get DOS contracts to recover well enough that people don't want to sacrifice their entire positions or sell out of Detonator or anything else. Now, the plan is, and again, let me preface this will not be live when Fusion goes live, but shortly thereafter, we are looking at options of letting you sacrifice at least part of your position in DOS contracts to Fusion itself. So we have to be really careful about this because we don't want to dilute other people that are already in Fusion, but we think we can come up with a good compromise. So that would be the first phase, where you can just sacrifice your whole position or partial part of your dollar value of your position for ownership in Fusion, and then that wallet will be whatever your stake in DOS contracts will be nullified if you do that. So that's phase one. And then phase two of that is that you'll actually be able to buy and sell positions within your ownership of DOS contracts, similar to how the microgrid operates. You'll be able to do that with your ownership in DOS itself. So again, maybe you need to get out, but somebody else would like to buy, a position at a discounted price. That would be again a peer-to-peer solution for you as well. So all of that is in the works. Again, all of that is very difficult, especially the last thing, essentially encapsulating your position as an NFT. That is very, very tricky in terms of code. So it's going to take time, but we are pretty confident that we can come up with a solution. So, LA, does that answer it? I know you've been a part of these discussions as well, so I don't know if you want to clarify anything or answer further.
No, you nailed it. That's a good answer for sure.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Awesome.
So next one is from our lovely lady Connie.
Nice. Connie's back. Good to hear from you, Connie. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Sorry, LA.
Do you think Gary will still try to go after DeFi, or that he'll go away now and let us go back to having fun and making money?
Yeah. Well, I hope not, Connie. I hope he goes away back into his hole. But yeah, again, I mean, I don't think this is the end of the fight, that's for sure. But I do think, again, this sets an amazing precedence from a legal standpoint. And I do think there will be regulation. Again, I just don't think it'll be from the SEC or Gary. I think, I mean, again, I've even heard that there are plans on replacing Gary with a more crypto-friendly chair, but I don't know. I mean, again, who knows? But today was a very big win for all of us, for sure, for future, again, clarity on crypto, because I think that's another thing. I mean, all of us would love to operate within the guidelines, but right now there are no guidelines. So how are you gonna abide by the rules when you have no idea what the rule book is? So yeah, again, I think there will be rules, but that will still allow us to have fun and make money, I hope.
For sure. So the next one is, correct me if I'm wrong, but the eShare contract is still wrong on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. Will this be updated before Fusion? So it's not that they're wrong, that there's some of the websites that still haven't added the V2 contract. We have been in contact with them and submitted the information and followed up with them. Some of the websites take a little bit longer to get those new contracts added, but we will continue to follow up with them and make sure they do get added.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly right, LA. We've submitted multiple times. I've tried everything that we can. LA has submitted multiple times. There are when you migrate from a V1 to V2, it's actually harder than getting your token listed to begin with, because they want you to verify you're the contract owner. There's a lot more hoops that you have to jump through, and so I mean if we don't yeah, go ahead, Alex.
I did already verify with them. They wanted you to communicate with them from an EMP specific email address, and
exactly.
I did already go through all of that with them and verify from my EMP email address and all that stuff. But even with all of that, it still hasn't been updated on the site yet, but it is in the process of being done. It's just that they're very slow with adding it. So it is in the works. It just hasn't been actually added yet. So they must just be very slow in their processes of actually getting things added.
Totally. So yeah, if any of you listening have a contact at CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or any of the ones that are not reporting, shoot me a DM. So yeah, but no, we're trying, and yeah, hopefully it gets fixed on their side before Fusion goes live. So and usually again, if there's more volume and we start trending on DEX tools again, which is the plan with our next marketing push, that usually gets us pushed up the priority list as well. So that all will be coming.
Okay. Will the claims from the DOS contracts be subject to the 3% fee?
Yes, this is a great question, Connie. So yeah, as of right now, literally every transaction is subject to that tax. So the answer would be yes. And again, I mean, on the surface, that sounds like a negative, but remember, all of those fees that are collected go right back into the rewards of Fusion. So again, yes, it's a tax, but all of you that are in Fusion are getting a piece of it anyway, which again, in terms of rewards through your Cash App batteries or earning more energy, what that really means is that those that still want to claim and dump again through Fusion get hit with that 3%, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So yeah, and that feeds all of us that are in Fusion. So yes, the short answer is that literally every transaction will be subject to that tax. Right, Cody? I know we were going with the devs back and forth on this a little bit, but we'll have it in the final white paper. But I'm correct, right, Cody?
Yeah, correct. And it's interesting to think about it this way as well. In real life, when you go to buy your coffee, you go to buy a Red Bull, you go to buy your gas, you go to buy groceries, you're always, if you're using your Visa, MasterCard, you're paying 2.9% plus 30 cents usually. And that's a fee that is incurred to the merchant that you're purchasing from, that generally gets passed back down to the consumer from the business that they're being charged that, right?
Sure.
And so that's why you see those things all the time that say, hey, we don't accept American Express because they're one of the highest charging merchants. And so now what we've done is we've created a very similar ecosystem, but the best part is like you said, AJ, it goes right back into our ecosystem, and so everybody benefits from it. And it's almost like you're getting a portion of that back anyways, but it's what's going to kind of spiral this or flywheel this ecosystem into creating and generating new revenue sources.
Yep, awesome. Great explanation, Cody. And yeah, I mean, again, that's pretty standard in the real world. But instead of going to pay, corporate salaries and, giant credit card companies, all of that goes right back to all of us, which is, again, a testament to DeFi and what we're building within Fusion. It's much more capital efficient to all of you and all of us that are in it. So, all right, awesome.
Awesome. And there is a fun little question here about if we're going to share any secrets and stuff. And I did want to, obviously, that's partially a joke and partially actually wanting to share secrets. But I did want to just kind of mention, again, I did say this last time, but whenever we are keeping things secret, I just want to make it really clear that we're not doing it to build suspense or to tease you guys or to as some type of like sales tactic or marketing tactic or anything like that. Anything that we're not revealing yet, it is for a reason. And part of that is because there's certain things that if we reveal too soon, they'll get copied. And recently we found out that there's another platform that was copying a lot of the graphics and names and stuff from Fusion, just from what we revealed so far, just in the white paper. And so anything that we're not revealing yet, it's because there's certain things that we want to be the first, and there's certain things that we're creating that are so innovative that we have to, keep it to ourselves until it comes out. And so we want to give you guys as much as we possibly can. And that's why we do these AMAs every week, so that we can answer your questions, give you little tidbits as we can, but we can't often give you the whole kit and caboodle all at once, weeks and weeks prior, because if we were to do that, we would never be first to market with our own ideas. So just keep that in mind. But I do appreciate your pizzazz and always trying to get them out of us.
Yeah, no doubt. Our community is relentless. I love it. And yeah, who knows? Maybe one day we accidentally drop some alpha. But LA's 100% right. And we did a deep dive on this on the last AMA on Monday. Again, I mean, nobody can copy the EMP community, and obviously, Cody, I think there's a lot of secret sauce that we haven't revealed. But yeah, brother, go ahead. You want to add to that?
Yeah, I'm just going to say this should be a testament as to what we're doing with Fusion already, and we haven't even launched that. We've got people copying us, so
Yeah,
or
totally.
attempting to copy us, I should say. So that should be a huge feather in people's caps that are on the fence of whether or not this is actually going to go. If people are already copying us, there's your answer, folks.
I love it.
Yeah, they're
Cody.
like, I have no idea what this consists of code-wise, but just because it's EMP, if we call our NFT Fusion and we create one that looks like a battery, it's bound to succeed.
Yeah, totally. Well, again, they say what they say. I said it in the other AMA. Copying is the sincerest form of flattery, but yeah, that is definitely a good sign. I think that we are onto something. And again, Fusion is a built from scratch idea and platform. I mean, we're not forking another project. You know, we're barely even taking inspiration from other projects. It's literally an entirely new model and ecosystem that Cody and our dev team have put together. So with input from all of us. So and all of you as well. I mean, there's been plenty of things brought up on the AMAs over the last few months that we actually have ended up implementing because we love the constructive criticism and feedback, and we're in a discussion with another great supporter of the ecosystem now on again other things that even may add to the success of Fusion. So all right, awesome. Was that it, LA? Any other questions? Go ahead, Cody. You got more? Yeah.
So I'll drop some alpha if they're looking for some alpha.
All right, here we go.
I'll share some of the concept of where I kind of came up with the idea for Fusion, and I mean this with the broadest stroke of the brush when I say that this is loosely, very, very loosely based on a game that I love to play with my family called Twilight Imperium. So if you want to know that that should be a will and testament right there, that this is not being copied from any existing crypto project. This is truly 100% from the ground up. And if you want to know where the inspiration came from, go look up that game, because then you'll kind of see some similarities in there. But again, used with a very broad stroke of the brush, that it is very loosely based on that. It's all about creating an ecosystem.
Totally, brother. Again, I know everybody's Googling that now. I know when you had originally told me that, and I looked that up. Yes, 100%. So, all right, awesome. And again, even maybe a little more alpha, where I think this question kind of comes from, is we are working on battery partnerships even now. So there's about 3 of them in the pipeline. And if you have a project that would like to tap into our marketplace and our ecosystem, where you can choose to cash out in whatever platform asset we end up partnering with, definitely have them reach out to us. So again, I think that's going to be massive. We haven't really even talked about that on a lot of the AMAs, but this will allow us to scale our marketplace tremendously and provide, not only utility and a cash out method for those that are in Fusion, but also directly benefit those partner protocols that have their own battery without ever jeopardizing the price of EMP or the price of eShare, which again, some of the partnerships we've done in the past are good on the surface, but could potentially end up in more selling pressure on EMP. That will never ever be even possible in the future. So Fusion is just literally a win-win for everybody, and we gotta get there. So again, I appreciate everybody's patience, but it's a slow process. So all right, awesome. Well, I think that was a great AMA. We still ended up right about an hour. I thought I might have been going a little too fast in the beginning. But anything you want to add, LA or Cody or Vino if he's still around? Anybody?
As always, thank you for those of you who showed up for joining us and taking the time to keep up to date on everything that's going on here. We always love being with you guys, and we're excited for everything that's coming and everything we're building. I mean, every single week, so much is happening behind the scenes, and it gets us so excited. I mean, gosh, we're just accomplishing so much right now, and every week just building towards all these things. I keep saying to AJ, everything is going to launch at the exact same time, and then everyone's going to be going absolutely berserk.
Yes, exactly, LA. I know
I mean, we're not meaning for it to happen, but it's totally going to happen.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
what they say, what you least expect, will probably be the case. So yeah, that's not part of our marketing plan. But hey,
not
we're
at
we're not
all.
gonna delay. If it's ready, it's ready. So we're going no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, but we always make
I feel
everything
like
a
we're
success.
making the long. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I feel like we're making that trek of moving the rocket to the launch pad that takes a couple of days to get it there. But I
Yes.
feel like we're in that part right there, and we are like about ready to launch this sucker to the moon.
Awesome. Hell yeah, Cody. All right, I agree. All right, well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, thanks for everybody for being here. We're almost there. Lots of things in the works. The Pulse Chain project, secret Pulse Chain project, that will be the what's coming out soonest. It could be days, it could be hours. So I'm just waiting for the final go ahead from the dev team. If you have a project on Pulse Chain, definitely reach out as well, or know any big influencers or big communities over on Pulse. We're going to start ramping that up. Again, not taking away anything from Fusion, but adding utility and earning potential for EMP and eShare until Fusion is here. So all of you are not just patiently waiting with your fingers crossed for Fusion to get here. We're gonna have some fun in the meantime. So all right, awesome. Again, Cody, LA, thanks for all your help and all that you do to help the ecosystem. All of you for showing up, our audience, the emperors and empresses that make this protocol what it is, and I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. If we again get the go ahead on the Pulse Chain project, we'll be doing a live AMA breaking news style. If not, we'll be back here Monday at 6:45 Eastern, and we'll have more to come next week. So, all right, thanks everybody. Good night, good day. Have a wonderful weekend.